Well, welcome to this online revision session for AQA D1, which we were looking at the January 2010 question 8 on the topic of linear programming. Well, as you can see here, we've been asked to consider a factory which packs three types of boxes: a red, a blue and a green, and each box contains three different types of toys, A, B and C. And you can see we've got three statements telling us how many of each type of toy is in each box. And then we're also told that each day the maximum number of each type of toy available is given. Each day the factory must pack more type A than type B toys. Each day the total number of type A and type B toys is packed must be at least as many as type C toys. And each day at least 40% of the total toys packed must be type C toys. Then we're being told the variables that X is the number of red boxes being packed, Y blue boxes, and Z the number of green boxes. And we've been asked to formulate the 6 inequalities in addition to the ones you normally state about X, Y and Z each being greater than or equal to 0. So we're formulating the relevant inequalities in this problem. Okay, so going back to the information then, we know that type A toys, there are 360 that we've got available to be packed, and then X is the number of red boxes and it has 2 type A toys in it, so 2X will be the number of type A toys packed in a red box. 3Y would be the number of type A toys packed in a blue box, because Y is the number of blue boxes, and 4Z would be the number of type A toys packed in a green box, and so the total of those cannot be any more than 360. Similarly, we can build the inequalities for type B toys. So there's 3 type B's in a red box, so that's 3X. There's only 1 in a blue box, so that would be 1Y. And then there are 5 in a green box, so that would be 5Z. And the maximum amount of those available is only 300. So that must be less than or equal to 300. Similarly, for type C toys, in each we would have 4X in the red boxes, 3Y in the blue boxes, and 2Z in the green boxes, and that could be no more than 400. So that's formulated our first 3 inequalities, and stating those, if you got all 3 of them correct, you will get 2 marks. If you only got 1 of them correct, it'll be 1 mark, and then if 3 of them correct would be 2 marks, 2 of them correct 1 mark, and 1 of them correct will actually only give you no marks at all. Okay. Moving on then to the next type, it says that there are more type A than type B toys. Well, remember, the type A toys we stated was 2X plus 3Y plus 4Z was the total number, and so that's got to be more than, so it's not greater than or equal to, it's just greater than the type B toys, which is the 3X plus Y plus 5Z. And so if we rearrange that, we will end up with the fact that 2y must be greater than x plus z. So again, you'll get 1 mark in this one for the initial statement and then an additional mark for rearranging it or simplifying it to something more basic. Similarly, in the next one, you've got type A and type B toys packed must be at least as many, so it's greater than or equal to the type C toys. So the type A's and B's, we will have to add the 2x and the 3x, the 3y and the y, and the 4z and the 5z from the type A and type B's. So that will give us 5x plus 4y plus 9z, and that's got to be at least as, so that's greater than or equal to the numbers for C, which is the 4x plus 3y plus 2z. And so if we rearrange that, we will end up with the fact that x plus y plus 7z is greater than or equal to 0. So once again, you'll get a method mark setting up the inequality and then an answer mark for a simplification of that. So now we've got 5, so down to the last inequality, which says each day at least 40% of the total toys that are packed must be type C toys. Well, type C toys are given by the statement 4x plus 3y plus 2z. And they've got to be at least 40% of the total. So that's greater than or equal to 40% of the total. Well, the total is going to be, well, what have we got to do? Well, we've got to add all of these together. So the total is 9x and then 3y and y makes 7y. And then the z's add up to 4 and 5 and 2 is 11z. And 40% as a fraction is 4/10 or 2/5, I suppose. So that gives us our inequality. So if we multiply by 10, that's going to give us 40x plus 30y plus 20z is greater than or equal to 36x plus 28y plus 44z. And so if we now rearrange that, take the x's and try and keep everything positive, I suppose, and that will give us what, 4x and 2y is greater than or equal to 22z. So if we divide through by 2, that gives us 2x plus y greater than or equal to 11. Z. So once again, for setting up the initial inequality, that will give you a method mark of 1, and then simplifying it down will give you an accuracy mark of 1. Well, hopefully you found that solution helpful. For more assistance with your maths revision, please go to the Further Maths Support Programme website.